What's up, YouTube? My name is Aaron John Streitmer, and I am a speculative fiction author, prospectively, and this is my YouTube channel, Berger Writes. Today we're going to talk about Story Detective's new initiative, Creators Matter. It's a 5-question survey kind of thing that's meant to embolden the community a little bit, so we're going to explore that. If you like what I do here and you want to stick around, I should have some more new videos about more interesting stuff posted in the next few days. But first, let's get to the survey. What are your creative superpowers? I am not like probably a lot of you. I didn't start writing fan fiction when I was 13. I didn't have full-length novels when I was in high school. I did write a few comic books and stuff when I was a kid. But other than that, I am relatively new to the creative side of writing. I wrote academically in college, prolifically, and I dabble in sports commentary here and there. But most of my writing has been academic up to the point where I started, drafting novels and stuff. But to actually answer the question, I would say my superpower lies in character. I have been very fortunate in my professional life to work with folks in a lot of different stressful environments. And when you work with folks in those environments, you learn things about them. You learn how they react. Conflict and stress are two great crucibles of character, both on the page and in life. And you find out a lot about people at their roughest moments. And I think that by being professionally exposed to people at the roughest moments, I have been given a unique ability to imbue my characters with a sense of realism and a sense of real heart and life, that they feel like real people, despite the fact that I, again, in speculative fiction, am writing about kung fu wizards and spaceships and, a myriad of other things. So, I think, probably superpower 1A or 1B rather, would be I'm not afraid to get weird. I know what I like, and sometimes it's niche stuff, but I like when creators such as Tarantino in the film world know what they like, and they imbue all of their works with those sort of idiosyncrasies. I strive to be a creator who also can never have their work mistaken for anyone else's. What is my current work in progress? Well, my current work in progress is called Enter the Thunderbird, or at least tentatively. It is drafting, and I don't expect to be querying with it until early next year because I'm a discovery writer, and sometimes it takes me days or sometimes weeks to write a new chapter, and it involves a lot of pacing around my house and walking the dogs and that kind of thing to even generate ideas and to get it sort of complete in my head before it can go on the page. To tell you guys a little bit about it, it is a wuxia and pulp inspired science fantasy series. It is based on the sort of legends, lore, and landscape of the West and the Pacific Islands, which I have had the pleasure to live the majority of my life on and around. The things that I'm drawing inspiration from are, along with some, indigenous myths and legends, as well as typical sci-fi fantasy tropes, is more like Journey to the West, or say like Akira Toriyama, than Tolkien or Terry Brooks or anything like that. But that's my current work in progress. Next, I will probably write a Western. I have a deep need and desire in my soul and my body and my mind to write a Wild West tale. So that'll probably be what's next on my docket. What inspired you to start your YouTube channel? Well, the progenitor of this tag, Story Detective, was crucial in my sort of getting off my butt and starting a YouTube channel. I've been drafting for several years now and thinking about doing a YouTube channel for a while. But it wasn't until he and I kind of talked in the comments there, even just a little bit, that made me realize that this was something that I could and should do. And part of the reason for that was that I have been looking at YouTube as a resource for a long time, and doing cursory search years ago, I fell upon authortube, and one of the things about the community that became very apparent to me was that young female YA authors are severely overrepresented. And I don't write YA fiction. I am not female, and I'm not particularly young anymore. So for me, it was sort of disheartening and sort of created a lot of barriers for entry when trying to enter the community. So in my channel, I'm going to try and give a voice not only to myself but to other folks who are out there writing different kinds of things, whether it be mysteries or science fiction or fantasy or even historical fiction, anything under the sun. What do I want to see on this platform? I alluded to it in my previous answer, but I would like to see more different types of folks talking about more different types of fiction. There are a lot of great videos out there about how to write a good beginning or write a good ending, or how to use certain tropes, or how to write romance. But most of those are framed within the context of trying to write YA fiction and are not very helpful when you are not writing YA fiction. So I would like to see more people doing maybe those types of videos, but with different kinds of fiction in mind, because a romance and a mystery is going to be constructed very differently than a YA fantasy novel. I also would like to see more people talking about ideas. Fiction has the unique ability to convey ideas in a way that no other kind of communication can. I want to see people talking about the different ideologies and philosophies that go into building their worlds, into creating their characters, into even just how their stories are constructed. I am a fan of cyclical storytelling, and that has a lot to do with the types of ideas and philosophies that I am trying to convey in my writing. So if you are a type of person who is talking about ideas, who is talking about ideologies, who is talking about philosophy in the authortube space, please put your name in the comments or a link to your channel in the comments, because I will go check it out tonight. Those are the types of things I love. I love creators who have the audacity to say something with their art. And I endeavor to create that type of art, and I want to see more of that on YouTube, and I want to see more of that in modern fiction. Do you aspire to sell services? Nope. Well, I think that about does it for that one. I really enjoyed that. Thank you to Story Detective for creating that tag and for giving us something all to reflect both on ourselves and also on the state of this community that we all endeavor to be a part of. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here and can stand the sound of my voice. Otherwise, enjoy yourselves with your evening or your day or whatever time it is that you're watching this on the toilet. And have fun and write well.